like just posted my morning coffee picture, if that's all it was. Like that day, that's all I did. Like, and like just talking to everybody and building those relationships and constantly adding to my stop constantly adding to my network and building those relationships and just posting my stories and just being consistent. That's all I did.
So what is something that you feel is like the biggest place that helps you out? Like, is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? What is something you do on a daily basis? Because we know you are a mom, you're busy and all of the things, but you still make time for this business and to enroll like a boss. So kind of just explain where you mainly get your customers and distributors and how.
On Facebook and just posting. Like I've just posted like every day, every single day. And then like I make time, just like little pockets of time. Like anytime the kids are down, I try to post. Like anytime, like in the mornings, like early mornings, I post while they're sleeping, like late at night, and just anytime like I have downtime, I always make sure I post.
So basically you just stay consistent in your business.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have any other advice for them that you want to talk about?
Like, don't give up, because everybody's always watching. Like they may not be interested, but they're always watching. And be real and be honest, because that's something else that I did too. So, and just shared my story and our story.
Yes, that is so true. Thank you, Tabitha.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Kendra. I don't know, is she on? If she is on, Kendra, if you're on, will you unmute yourself? I don't know if she's on. Okay, we'll just go to someone else, and if she hops on at the end, we'll have her talk. Danielle Garcia, go ahead and unmute yourself and tell us your tips and tricks.
Hi. So just like Tabitha said, consistency, don't give up. You just have to make sure you make time. You always have to have time. When I started, I was like a firecracker. Lately, I've been letting people get to me, but you have to have faith that you're just going to get through it, and don't let fear creep in either, because that will mess you up. So that's it. Consistency, follow-ups, host a post, and posting every day. That's it.
Awesome. So what would you say that you do best on Facebook, Instagram, LCs, DT? Facebook
and LCs. Yeah.
Host a post.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many would you say?
Out of the DTs that I have signed, they stopped working. So I have to basically get all my LCs by myself. I've had to do a lot of them, most of them.
And I love that you said don't ever give up, because this is something that's so important. And I feel like people often they get discouraged when they first get started, or they go through a season where they're not enrolling as much as they were. Mm-hmm. And not giving up is huge, because honestly, like you guys, It took me 2.5 years to go diamond, and if I would have given up, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And so, and there were times, trust me, there are gonna be times in your
business. That's in my journaling. Every morning I write it.
What?
In my journaling every morning. Do not give up. Keep pushing. Keep going.
Oh, I love it. Yes. Yeah, because at the end of the day, if you stay the course and you just keep going, like, what do you have to lose? Continuing in this business. The only thing that's going to happen is if you quit, you're never going to know where this business could have taken you. And so I love that you pointed that out, and that even though she's gone through some things with this business already, she's still continued to persevere and keep going. And I already know she's going to go emerald and even higher, but she's going to go emerald first and get that $5,000. I almost said $2,000, $5,000 bonus.
I got this.
Yes, girl. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Next. You guys are doing really good on time. You can talk a little more, I promise. Monica, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey guys. So I've been in the business a little more than 3 years, and I have had a lot of growth to do. I'm a very yellow person, so I encourage everybody that has not taken the personality quiz to take the personality quiz, find out where you are. if you're very yellow and you're an introvert like me, you have got to step out of your own way. And that has been the biggest lesson that I have had to learn and overcome, is figuring out what my limiting beliefs are. And limiting beliefs are any kind of false belief that keeps you from pursuing your dreams and goals. And identifying what those limiting beliefs are. And I did a Zoom, I think it was last week, and I literally wrote down my limiting beliefs. And you are in control of what you do. No excuses. You are in control. So I literally wrote down what I can do to fix that limiting belief. And that's where my focus is from this point forward. I've had highs and lows in the business. Ashley, you know that because I've been with you for over 3 years. So don't wait. This business is real. The money's real. I mean, you see our top leaders in front of us, paving the way. Take advice from them because they got there doing the things that they do. Stay consistent, do the work. No matter how tired you get, do the work. It's going to pay off in the end. And I was on actually a leadership call with my company today, and they brought up a quote from Simon Sinek. I really, really wanted to share it with you guys. Working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. And I'm very passionate about this business. I'm passionate about these products. And I know you guys are too. And for those of you who are new, if you are like me and you're very yellow and you're an introvert, just step out of your own way. Know that you are worthy of this and you are worthy of making all of your dreams come true.
Wow, that was really, really, really good. Yeah, I always say, I think I said it to Brianna earlier this week, that Monica has been my A1 since day one. Like literally, but like literally, she was like the third distributor that I joined, and the first one was my boyfriend, now husband. So like seriously, she's been in it, she's been consistent, and it's paid off. And I know that she's gonna go even further this year and just completely change her situation. So thank you for that. I think that is huge. Mindset in this business is huge, and Monica has learned that a lot this past year. I have learned this a lot this past year, and you can get into imposter syndrome, you can get into the comparison game, and that can, until you get past that, you're really not going to make those moves to go to that next level. So continue to grow your mind, continue to learn from others. Don't sit here and compare yourself from someone else's, what's a good analogy for that? Don't compare yourself. I don't know. But anyway.
I just want to say, in God's time, it's going to happen.
Yes. 100%.
Grow, and
yes.
It happens. You overcome the obstacles, and then it's going to happen. So just in God's time, it's going to happen.
Amen. Yes. And that's with this business, that's within life. I've had to learn that in life this year, that it's all in God's time. It's not my plan, it's his. So yes, that was so good. Thank you, Monica. All right, Michelle Austin, where you at, girl? Unmute yourself. Let's hear from you.
Did you change the lineup?
No. Monica and Michelle.
Oh, okay. I thought I was like near the bottom.
Girls are talking fast tonight.
Listen, I don't even know. So of course, everything that everybody has said, just because consistency is number one key for me. Just staying consistent, even if it means like throwing it up in the late evening and even throughout the night, just because I do work a full-time job during the day, it like blows up like the next day. So then I can just follow up from there. So last year I enrolled more DTs than I did LCs, I think, for the whole year. I don't really know off the top of my head. Yeah. But with that being said, most of those are people who were watching me. So like DTs, when I started this business, realized that it was going to be really hard to sign DTs, and like was my first opinion of it. And just kidding. What's happening? Can you hear me?
You accidentally muted yourself. You're good.
Oh, did I do that? Okay, just kidding. I realized that when I first started, like my thought was it's going to be really hard to enroll DTs. And over time, so being in the business almost 2 years now. Wow. It's the consistency that pays off because they literally watch everything you do. And if you post about your journey, post about how it's helping you pay, like the small things, the big things, is where you're really going to hit home to somebody. And then something that no one else has really said yet is being organized. So I am very, very particular about how I do things, and I love organization. And so when I get disorganized, I feel like I'm failing at the business, and I feel like I'm letting my team down. So I literally write down every interest, every potential customer, what they're interested in. I was there for a while writing down like how many times I had followed up with them and like how long it had been since I had followed up with them, but that got to be a little too much at one time. So now I just kind of keep all of my like real interests, like the people who keep coming back and like, it's not a good time, but I'm still really interested, or keep asking questions on the forums that you have on the Can't Stop page. And then everybody who's either not responded to me or has just quit, like, I guess I would say after like 7 or 8 messages, they just won't respond for a while. I keep them actually wrote down on a sheet of paper of what they are, whether it's a DT, LC, and then what they're interested in, if they're an LC potential. So that just keeps me really motivated, because when we have like a phenomenal deal come around or we have a new product, I literally message every single one of those people. And so it rekindles some fire under some people, and they're like, ooh, I'm interested now. So then I move them to the new sheet so that I'm not bothering, quote unquote, even though I don't think I'm bothering anybody because I'm offering great products. But I do that so that I'm, quote unquote, not bothering them, and I'm not basically pushing my products on them.
That's really good. Where do you like to get all your DTs from? Facebook?
So a lot of it is, can you hear me? Just make sure. So a lot of it is Facebook, but then also talking to people. So like Tabby, for instance, she's my cousin, she's my family, and I gave her no choice. There are a few girls who are from my past job who actually worked with you as well. And then there was a few that, or even customers for that matter, are people that I work with now. So I do word of mouth advertising. I do advertising through Kevin. Like I tell him to tell everybody. I post on my Facebook and occasionally on his Facebook. I just started that recently in the past month. And then I'm learning TikTok, and I'm just trying to get used to maintaining Instagram because I used to post all the time on it and I just kind of slacked on it. But I also started a Twitter, and I want to learn how to promote the business on Twitter. So that's one of my goals for this year.
I don't think Twitter's ever been touched. I've tried on it and I have not had success. So if you can do it, I'm going to be so pumped.
Awesome. We'll make it a priority to see what we can do there.
All right.
It's very crazy.
Any last minute advice?
Such a personality that I've
Stay positive.
in the dog before.
Stay positive.
Literally, because like COVID last year, there were times that I was like, this isn't working for me. And if I had not honestly stayed in it, I would have let not only my whole team down, but my family down. And I would have let myself down all in all, because this business is what's going to help us achieve all of our dreams.
We got him when he was about 8 weeks old.
That was awesome.
He was
Thank you.
very quiet
Yep.
in the beginning until.
So what I really liked about what she said is stay positive, but also just continue to have fun. This business is meant to be fun. And yes, I feel like sometimes it can get overwhelming and sometimes it can get to be too much and all of the things. But like Monica said, like what's stressful is considered a job, and what's Your passion, I am murdering what she said. She might have to say it again. What's your passion is what's going to be fun for you. So make this business fun. And I try the best I can to make it fun for you guys and to have fun with this, because at the end of the day, that's where we're all here to have a good time and make some money and be friends. And so I just really encourage you guys to make it fun at all times. Go ahead, Michelle.
I was going to say one last other thing. So I don't know if anybody on the team has done it because, like I said, my first 6 months I never worked. But with that being said, like Kevin and I plan on doing a pop-up shop this year. And we also plan on, well, I'm planning on, I don't know if he'll join in, but I'm wanting to do it like a watch party. So like a giveaway, like sample, like those type of things, sample product party type thing.
That would be awesome.
So I'll let everybody know how it goes.
Sounds good. And then you can teach everybody.
Yep.
What was I going to say? There's something I was going to say, but I forgot. Okay. Anyways, thank you for sharing, Michelle. Yep. That was awesome. Let's move on to, we're going right through this. Is Jennifer on? I don't know if Jennifer's on. Jennifer, are you on? If you are, unmute yourself. She might be an iPhone. That's why I'm not like Jennifer Brockman. I should say that we have a lot of working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is passion. I love that. All right, we'll just go on to Nicole Dunn. So Nicole, you wanna, there, she already unmuted herself. Go girl.
Can everybody hear me? Make sure. Can you hear me? Okay. So what I always tell everybody is consistency is key, which if every single one of our leaders so far has said that, it must be true. Because I just feel like I'm a broken, it's a broken record. Consistency is key. You got to post every day. I usually post like at least a product and an opportunity post. And then if I usually have time, I'll like post something else like about a product or a sample or something, So I do that, consistency, and then growing your network too. That is a big plus. So what I do is you grow your network every day. I know there's different ways people grow their network. I kind of just go to my like on my notifications, and then it shows, hey, you have mutual friends with so-and-so. So I kind of start adding some of them, and then so I can start growing my network. Host a post is a good way to grow your network. So make sure you're doing host a post. And host a post, like for me, like I kind of have to watch it a little bit, because sometimes if I do it too often, they'll kind of slow down. But just kind of like, it's just up to like how your page and how people watch it and works, So do it however it works for you for the host a post.
Yeah, and what she means by the host a post going up and down, it's mean when she posts the giveaway on her wall, she does it sparingly. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, because like if I post it like every day, people aren't gonna like post on or comment on it a lot. Mm-hmm. So I kind of have to like spread it out just a little bit so it will blow up.
Yep.
And then once people start hosting for you, anybody that likes or comments on their post, I just go ahead and add them. And for me, I just add girls. I mean, I don't personally add guys unless if it is someone that they're truly interested in the product. That's my personal opinion. But yes, growing your network, I believe is the number one thing, because I master enrolled LCs last year. And I think, and then having a positive mindset too, which Ashley's probably gonna give me crap because I go up and down all the time. I'm just that person. I have a stucky mindset. So staying positive, it's like I just have to get it all out. Like I just like tell Ashley like everything. And then once I get it out, I'm fine. But having a positive mindset is a huge thing. And I can tell you, not having a positive mindset has hurt my business. Like it has. And there will be times that you'll be like booming and like, oh my gosh, you're so excited. You hit ranks and this and that. And then all of a sudden it's just the slow months, you know. And last year it was January and February for me. So I'm kind of like nervous now just because it's January and February. And then like March of last year is when it picked up, and then I started mass enrolling again. So during those slow months, do not get discouraged like me, because I did. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And then I just changed my mindset, and all of a sudden I started mass enrolling again. Like, so just a positive attitude and a mindset is really, really key in this business too. So like I said, I do roller coaster with that mindset. Don't get me wrong. So, but just try to get that positive mindset, consistency on posting, and always grow your network. Are my top 3 things that I tell like every newbie and everybody that struggles.
Yeah, and I think to touch on the whole mindset thing, I think everybody, this is what Pam Souter always says. And if you don't know who Pam Souter is, go search her right now on Facebook and follow her, because she's a boss. Anyway, so Pam Souter literally says you're allowed your BMW. It's called a BMW, and it's called a bitch moan and wine fest. You can have your bitch moan and wine fest for 5 minutes, and then after that, you're gonna turn around and say, what are we gonna do to change that? What are we gonna do to fix this? Because you can have your you can have your minute of like, oh, this really sucks, because everybody's gonna have that. You have that in life now, you have that in your personal life, you have that in your 9-to-5 job if you have one right now, and you have that with your kids and your husband. This business, you'll have it too. And like, you have your 5 minutes, and then you suck it up and you're like, all right, what are we gonna do to change this? What are we gonna do to fix it? And I think that's like what Nicole has really, like, from just like her starting to like today, that's really like the shift she's had. And yes, like Teresa said, she's pregnant, and like hormones are crazy when you're pregnant. And so like literally like all bets off.
Stop. You said that really bad. Nicole is pregnant. My mom's on this call. I don't need her freaking out that she's got a grandbaby. No.
Yeah, pregnancy hormones are crazy. This is my first.
I was freaking out. I thought, well, I was really excited.
I will tell you, yeah, because like along with the business, I was telling Ashley, I was like, oh my God, is it February yet? Because I'm due in February. And I was like, I'm crying because I'm miserable and this and that. And oh my, I was a mess not too long ago, and Ashley knows all about it. But yeah, so even during pregnancy,
yes.
yeah,
So
we had to try to keep a positive mindset.
you're gonna go through it, and that's my advice on mindset. And then also what she said with growing your network, y'all, I can't harp that enough. I think it's something that often gets forgotten because you're so busy doing the posts and getting hosts to post out and doing all of the things. But like growing your network for me was like a huge shift in my business, because I literally was like, I was going off, and then all of a sudden I just realized that like the same people were commenting on my host to posts, threat, like giveaways. The same people were asking me about the business. When I would post about something, I'd get 0 comments or 0 likes. And then I decided to go on a follow spree one month. I maxed out my friends list on Facebook. Small disclosure right now, if you've ever tried to add me and you're like new on this team and you've ever tried to add me to Facebook, I'm not being mean by not accepting you. I literally just don't have any room to accept you, so just follow me, please. Anyway, so I maxed out my friends list, and now when I post stuff like that, I get tons of comments. So don't ever forget to grow your network. That is such a huge tip, and I'm glad Nicole brought it up. Thank you, Nicole, for sharing. That was really, really good. So next is Amanda. Go ahead, unmute yourself. You got this, girl.
Hey guys. Okay. So I really don't like this. This is still something that I have to grow on, is lives. I hate lives. I hate them for the life of me. I just do not. I get so nervous with it. So that's something I'm still working on. But I guess like the biggest thing for me was consistency. I started in February, and I told Teresa, I was like, man, we'll just see how this goes. I just kind of wanted the coffee. And then I just started like, boom, getting LCs one after another. I was like, well, this is awesome. And then it went to the slow period with this whole coronavirus crap. And I was telling Teresa, I was like, this sucks. Like, I'm not getting anywhere. I finally had hit Ruby and I was really excited, but then I had both of them kind of drop out, and then I was on my own trying to get LCs and trying to keep my Ruby. And so I actually, for me, just being consistent was like my biggest thing. So I was actually I was at a local bar. Well, it was like a restaurant, the small town, like it's where we eat. And I was out with my family and I had some random gal, and this is part of this is growing my network as well too, because I'm not from here. My husband is, I'm not. And she came up, she's like, "You're Amanda, right?" I was like, Yeah, I have no idea who you are." And she goes, "I see your coffee selfie every morning. Like, keep going with that. You're doing a great job." And I was like, "Whoa." And she goes, "I just love seeing your kids and you posting your selfies." She goes, "Don't mind us old farts." And that's literally what she said. "Don't mind us old farts. It just takes us a little bit longer to convince us to actually buy your stuff. But I will be reaching out to you at some point. Like, just keep going. You're doing a great job." And so I think for me, that like really helped. And then that kind of like just gave me more fire to keep going. It has been a struggle the past few months. It was quiet again, and now I'm kind of getting back. I think a lot of it too was my mindset. It was just not there. I was getting frustrated, like, oh, I had enrolled more DTs, and I was the only person working. So I had 5 DTs, and no one was doing anything. And it was very frustrating. And then Teresa said one day, she's like, "You can only be your own runner. You can't rely on someone else to." And I was like, "Yep, you're right. That's exactly right." It sucks sometimes. Um, but I know that at some point, when it's my time to promote, I'm going to. And I actually have 2 gals that just signed up, and they're both very, very determined to make that extra income to run as well too. And as much as I want to, like, they're going to be phenomenal, I still have to tell myself I am my own runner and I can do this no matter what it is. And that's all I can do. So I guess consistency was like the biggest thing for me. Like I said, when that gal brought that up to me, I thought that was just amazing. And then growing your network too. I didn't think at first, I thought it was really weird and I was really sketched out by it. But that doesn't bother me. I just don't add dudes. I don't need to. So yeah. Yeah, that's about it.
You did awesome, first of all. And second,
Okay.
I loved the be your own runner, because at the end of the day, that, like, I think that's just huge to realize, is you just be your own runner. You go and do the thing. Don't let anybody stop you. Put your head down and stop looking left or right and just go do the dang thing. Cause that's literally how I started. I literally started with like barely anybody working underneath me. And then like all of a sudden like once you become your own runner, then all of a sudden you get all these runners, and then like it just takes off. So I totally love that. And I also loved, what was the last thing you said? Oh, I don't add dudes either. Just so everybody knows. If I want to add dudes, totally fine. I just respect my husband, so I don't add dudes. Unless they're like in my inbox, like, "Oh my God, I need this coffee. I don't know what you're doing, but I need this coffee." Then I'm like, okay, I'll talk to them to get them the coffee, but that's it. Peace out. But yeah, thank you, Amanda.
Yep.
All right, who is next? Nikki Clegg, where you at, girl? Unmute yourself.
Hey, sorry, I'm yelling to my husband. Love you, babe. Sorry. My thing in this. I love you too. God, you're embarrassing me right now.
It's that newlywed stage y'all are in.
Okay. Something I learned in this business is when I first joined, there's going to be a lot of skeptics, and you might be a skeptic yourself. Your husband might be a skeptic. You may be in the business with a lady whose husband is your husband's boss and they're skeptical. But what I've learned is that you can prove a lot of people wrong, and you can change your situation, and you can go for it, and you can run after your dreams, and you can reach them. and then they'll start talking about what they want to buy with the money that you're making. So keep going, because you're going to need to make more money. No, but for real, you just got to find the people in this business that want the same thing that you want. You want to find the people that want to run with you, that have the same dreams, the goals, and the desires that you do. And you want to find the people that also, I guess, have the same beliefs as you. So, like, I genuinely want to have genuine conversations with people, and I want to be able to share my story with them, and I want to build those relationships with them. And I don't want them to feel like they're just a number. So you got to find those people that want, like, you're going to find your tribe, and you're going to find your people that want all the same things that you want. And you're going to take off running, and then you're going to hit this rank. And then if something happens in your business, like, take your business, like, something happens to your life or something happens to your business, like, continue to take your business through with you, no matter what you're going through in life. Like, if life is hard, if things aren't going well at work or your day job, because, like, I work a day job too, and we all have family, like, we don't live near family. So if, like, things are happening, like, don't stop working your business because things are happening, because your business is bringing in extra money that are going to allow you to do those things you need to do. So, like, if something were to happen to family, like, I have this business and the money that we've made, I can take off of work and not have to worry about it. So those are things that I've learned. And when my business really took off is when I decided that I wasn't going to be fearful of trying new things. I was really skeptical of HAP. And when I decided I wasn't going to be skeptical of HAP, then my business took off. So, yeah, I mean, just don't be fearful of what you can achieve. Like, I think that was my biggest block and my biggest hurdle, was I was fearful of breaking through new barriers because I was uncomfortable with it. I'm a green personality. I'm very analytical. I get my own way. And when you decide that you're not going to get in your own way, that's when things are going to break through.
I was busy typing. Okay, first of all, that was really, really good. Like, so good. And I just want everybody, drop a 3. I don't know what number we're on. I say that all the time. Drop a 3 if you've ever, before you joined this business, felt skeptical. Because I'm just curious how many of you 25 ladies felt skeptical. I did. I made fun of Carrie for 2 years before I joined her. Like, I didn't think I'd ever be doing this. And here I am. See, like, I think that's just, like, you have to think about everybody. Oh yeah, Teresa watched me for freaking ever too, but I think everybody gets that feeling, like like everybody, like, if you think back to when you started and how skeptical you were, that's what I have to do when I'm talking to potentials and stuff like that, or people that are watching me. Like, yeah, you might be skeptical now, but watch me do and change my life and change my family's life, and then you're going to be messaging me wanting the same thing. So, like, just stay the course. Don't listen to what people have to say, because even though, like, they're making fun of you, like I did to Carrie, she was like, I don't care, look at me building my own house and we're full-time family. Like, she didn't give any hoots that I was like, oh my god, she's that rap girl. Like, she didn't care at all. She was like, I'm making money. And so, like, don't worry about about people making fun of you or saying things about you or whatever the case may be, because they're going to keep watching you, and one day they're going to be knocking on your door asking you for help and how they can do this too. So I called Ashley on it. I said, this host to post is fake, prove it. I think you, like, went in the conversation and screenshotted it, I remember. And so another thing that I was going to touch on is, I think the number one thing for me with this business, and something that I learned this year that Nikki actually touched on, was in all of the things that are happening in the world, like, and all the things that are happening in your life, what is something you can control? You can control what you do every single day in this business. And that's the only thing, like, one of the only things in your whole entire life you can do. You can control your attitude. You can control what you do with like decisions in your life, and you can control what you do in your business and at your job and all of the things. So just remember that, like what she said is to do something every single day, no matter what was going on in her life for her business, because that is one thing that you can control and do. When I was going through my miscarriage and I came back in, this was my focus, because I knew I could control, like, I can't control, like, you guys or anything, but I can control what I do for myself every single day. Hello, Kaylin. And I don't know. I think it's in the kitchen. I sorry. I knew I can control working my business and enrolling customers and enrolling DTs and training them and doing all of the things. And then like she said, breaking those barriers. I'm telling you, when you get out of your comfort zone in this business and you go do things that you've never done before, that's when all of a sudden you break a whole new level in this business and go even higher. So Monica said, yes, you are in control. Block those limiting beliefs. Yeah, exactly. Okay, thank you, Nikki. That was really, really good. Okay, Shannon, unmute yourself, girl. Go for it.
Hey guys, can you hear me? It's good. Okay. Okay, so I wrote down a few key points because, and I hope I can get them all done. So a big thing for me is following up. Like I will follow up. I've got a list. I'm not green, but when it comes to my follow-up list, I'm on point. I set dates and I never miss. The KPI list, I do it every single day. I don't miss. Another big thing is for me to be myself, I've learned, instead of trying to be like everybody else and following leaders and trying to duplicate what they're doing, how they're doing stuff, just wasn't working for me. When I started to be myself and share my story and show people who I really am, my business exploded. Learning new things. So like you can do host to post every single day. And if it's not working for you, change it. Try to find something that does. Doing TikTok, totally out of my comfort zone, but I'm learning it and I'm doing it because it's helping my business. Self-development is huge. Like you cannot miss a day of self-development. If you miss a day of self-development, you're setting yourself up for failure, because I always, as soon as you get out of bed, if you don't have positive coming in, positive is not going to come out. So you just have to always like change your mindset. Showing my normal life every day. Like if I'm going to the store, if I'm playing with my son, if I'm cooking, what I'm eating, like people like to watch your life, whether you realize it or not. They don't want to see product after product after product. They want to see that you're a real person. And those are where you're going to get DTs too, because they're like, well, if she's doing this and I do the same thing, then why can't I do it too? And this is huge for me. I used to magnify every time somebody told me a no, and I would dwell on it. Every no, I would dwell on it. And so once I stopped magnifying the no's, because I had heard somebody say a no is better than never knowing. So when you hear a no, it's at least you asked and you got an answer. You know, then that's something you can cross off your list. That's it. You're done. You don't have to ask them again. And I will follow up with people 100 times. I do not care if the messages go on red. I don't care, because one day they're either going to join or they're going to tell me no. So it doesn't matter to me. And then here's a big thing that helped me, and I had to literally like write it down, is I had to stop looking for reasons to quit. Like once I stopped looking for the reasons to quit the business, I started looking at all the reasons why I'm doing the business. And another one I wrote down is when you always think you want to quit, you got to think about your why. Like, would you really quit on your kids? Would you really quit on your spouse? The answer is no, none of us would. So like when you think you're going to quit, start thinking about why you started, and that's really going to motivate you. That's it.
Wow. I don't have anything to add to that. That was so good. I think my biggest thing that you just gave me is a no is better than never knowing. I feel like every single person should know that. Literally, like a no, I'm literally gonna go write that in the page, because that's so good. Like I'd rather have someone say no than leave me on red and ghost me. And I'm like, why the heck did you do that? Like, why? So, okay, that was really, really good. Thank you, Shannon, for sharing. Who's next? I think it's Jules. Julie, you ready? All right. Go for it. Take the floor.
There we go. Hello. So, my big thing is Zooms. Stay close to the Zoom. I learned so much from Zooming with everyone. And I listened to Ashley Mayfield I listen to Pam Souders. I am consistent like a beast. I haven't missed a single day since I started. I also am huge into my own self-development, but that started before I joined, and my own journaling. I mean, I can show you books of journals. You have to do that. You have to. Actually, I want to shout out Shannon, because those Zooms in the morning, we crack out so much work. So if you can't get, hit a Zoom with Shannon in the morning, I'm freaking going to be real. Get your ass on a Zoom. Get on a Zoom. I also have my own self-development, and I take every day. I don't know which person it was. I'm sorry. She said that she writes on the top of her journal every day. So do I. Right now it's ask, believe, receive. Oops, hold on.
That is so
I'm not
cool.
hearing you.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I wasn't hearing.
Oh no, I didn't know if you were done or not. I was gonna let you keep preaching, girl. Like what?
Keep going, because you know where my daughter gets the gift? It's from her mom. Yeah, we talk. But you ladies, I'm not kidding you. I don't care that I'm your elder, because I am the oldest one in this group. You girls got this. There's certain ones of you that, I follow. It's not because I don't know a lot of them. But there's certain ones of you that I follow and I listen to, and I haven't stopped since I started. Okay. Steve Harvey this morning, and he has said it multiple times, and I keep saying this, and okay. Change your attitude, change your altitude. That is mindset. And Shannon, you're right. If you wake up, or whoever said it, if you wake up with that negative mind in the morning, it's going to follow you all day long. So people ask me if I go live every day, every single day. I have had people reach out and say, are you okay? You didn't, do your live yet. There's so much about consistency, your mindset, the Zooms, getting into your self-development, posting. Teresa, Michelle knows, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to tell you something. I had an experience 2 weeks ago with something that happened. I almost quit. That was the first time I almost technically quit. There's so much. Don't get upset if people ghost you. I have that happen. I thought I was going to sign a DT, and I'm still not ruling her out. She just, they'll pop back up. Steve Harvey said, okay, this is, I think, paraphrasing what he said. You have not because you ask not. If you up your ask, he ups his give. So I ask every day, give me some LCs, give me some DTs. My stepping stone right now is learning how to enroll DTs. I'm getting a little more comfortable. Hi, Elena. Got you, girl. She's a good one. My stepping stone is watching you ladies and listening to how you're enrolling DTs. I like the genuine, just tell me what I need to do. Tell me how to do it. I'm learning. I will claim that I can enroll customers. I don't know why. It's because I'm real. It's because I am consistent. So give yourself a quote every single day. And I have it in my kitchen. I think I showed Teresa. Ask, believe, receive. And I do every single day. As I'm speaking, I have my vision board right in front of me. I listen, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So be consistent, change your mindset, get on those Zooms, journal. It's all going to fall into place. We just don't know when. Okay, now I'm done.
That was so good. First of all, I got to just say a few things. I did not, out of all of the things, Julie was gonna say, I did not expect it was to be get on Zooms. Though she's consistent, she gets on all of them. But this girl is a boss when it comes to enrolling customers. So obviously she sticks close to the fire. She gets on all the Zooms. She gets on power hours with Shannon. If you cannot get up that early with Shannon, we have so many power hours going on. We have mine, we have Teresa's and Michelle's, we have Shannon's, we have Kiana's, that's on the whole team. Like there's so many. Hop on one. You will be amazed how much work you get done in just 1 hour. Like it's insane. Like you'll be like, my phone's literally blown up. Like look at my paper. This is what I'm going to talk about when everybody's done. My paper is literally, I'm running out of room because I'm talking to so many people because I get so much done in that 1 hour. And then I get to be with my kid. I get to be with my husband when he gets home. I get to spend more time with you guys. Like it's just awesome. So like she just said it right there. She was the number 4 top enroller, and she freaking killed it. But the first thing that came out of her mouth was stay close to the fire and get on Zooms. So stay close to the fire and get on Zooms. I wouldn't say like get on like 15 a day and then spend all your time on Zoom. No, we're not saying that, but like spend time on them. And then the other thing is how do you enroll customers? You didn't even really go into that. Do you do host a post or?
I do host a post, and that's how I kind of grow my network. I actually started something a few weeks ago where I am I'm green light messaging just isn't my gig, and whatever. I get ghosted and I'm like, you know what, that is not working. So maybe about a month ago, I just started. Anyone that comments or likes or does anything on my page, I will message. Okay. And so I get my host posts up. Enrolling so many people, I'm just myself. Like tonight, I had 2 phone calls with loyal customers. I'm just me. And, you guys give out the scripts and I'm always so grateful for them, but I totally make them my own. And I just go off script. And a lot of times my, my ability, like being I got my nutritional certificate and all that. So when I tell people that when we're communicating, I think that plays into a big role with that as well. So, I am consistent with host a post. I've just changed it up a little bit, doing it just off my page. And that's it. And, I'm going to mention this. Because of algorithms and all that, do not copy and paste. That's hurting everyone. Just saying. I have noticed that. So don't copy and paste.
That was really good. So she's just herself. It reminds me just be yourself and enroll the customer and be real with them. And I love that you have that nutrition background, so you're able to talk to them about that. And that provides, I think the biggest thing when you're talking to LCs or DTs is establishing that trust and making them feel like you're not lying to them or just pitching them a sale. So the fact that everything that we give her and everything that we have, she just tweaks it to herself. And that has helped her like tenfold be successful with this business. So thank you, Julie, for hopping on and talking to us. I would love to hear the story about this man calling you the other day, but maybe that's for another time.
You better just back off, lady. We'll talk.
Okay. Okay.
We'll talk.
Okay.
I'll tell you about that. I'll tell you.
Okay, thank you. All right. Next is Teresa. Oh, mom and daughter back to back. Let's go.
Well, first of all, I already put it all in the chat, Mom. They can read it because Joanna, my sister, and I have not stopped laughing about it. She called me like, Mom got catfished. Anyway, I had to. It's so funny. But
At
okay.
least it's not in the chat, or it's in the chat and not
Yeah.
on here, because I'm not sure if YouTube will allow the video to be uploaded if we
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about it's recorded.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Also, she doesn't just enroll. Okay, I could just talk about her, but she doesn't just enroll a whole bunch of customers. She enrolls mass volume. It is so normal for her BV. Boom, LC 150 BV. Like that's like what she does. So like she may not have enrolled, like been the number one enroller, but her volume is friggin' crazy. So anyway, okay, I wrote down my stuff because I know I talk too much. So I add to my network every single day. Every single day. I mean, not right now. I'm in jail, but usually, no, I'm learning Instagram. But I add to my network every single day. So now I'm adding to Dan's network every single day. I go live every single day. And so I've been going live Facebook takeover on Dan's Facebook every single day right now. I think going live is huge because when you go live, you can tell your story. And you need to be telling your story all the time because a lot of people have touched on it in here, but you never know when you're growing your network every single day. So you don't know when somebody's just seeing you for the first time. And so the first time they see me, they just see me being like, oh yeah, I love it, it works and it's great and I've lost weight. But they don't know the whole backstory and like how financially broke we were and like all these things. So the reason I bring it up all the time is because I never know who's just seeing me for the first time. And the other day I had a girl out of nowhere, I did a live and she messaged me and she's like, I was crying watching your live. You keep popping up on my feed. I want to be on your team. Like it was amazing. And so like, yay that I was telling my story for the 800th time. Be a product of the product. Like, I don't care if you don't love coffee, find a product you love and run with it. We have a new girl, Jess. She's not on here, I don't think right now. She is not a coffee fan, but she freaking loves energy. And she talks about taking a run and then having her energy every single day. And she's blowing up because of energy. So it's just finding one thing you love and running with it. It's so funny. I wrote a no is just not right now. So whoever said that no is whatever was said, I already forgot. I just take no is just a no just means not right now. A no doesn't mean no forever. Until they tell me do not message me or they block me, I'm gonna continue messaging them. Always share your story. Your test is your testimony. People need to hear it. Do not beg for DTs. When I first started, I would like be desperate for DTs because I just wanted to grow. And now I've learned that begging for DTs turn into DTs that don't work. And then it just turns into me being pissed off that my DTs aren't working. So instead of doing that, I tell my story. If they connect with it, great. I'm so honest with them. If a DT said, well, even before they say it, I always tell them, I thought this was fake. Like I tell them my story. I thought this was fake. I watched my friend Ashley for 3 years thinking there's no way she's making this amount of money. Like I tell them the truth. And so many times they come back and they're like, oh yeah, I mean, I kind of do too. Like, and I'm like, yeah, I get it, you know? And so I think when you can just be genuine and not be like, you know, oh, this is great, blah, 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 blah. Like, why would you think this isn't real? Like, then we're putting them off. So don't do that. Be real, be genuine. But I never beg for DTs anymore. I have for 2 years done a gratitude journal every single day. It has completely changed how I think, how I function, how I've gotten through really, really hard times. I wake up every single day and I mean, it might not be first thing. I might have a child in my face, but if it's if it's pretty early in the morning, I sit down and I gratitude journal. What Nicole Dunn was saying, I also rotate with my host to post and my green light messaging, and then doing kind of what my mom does, where I just message if they've commented or something. I'll be like, you know, if I've interacted with them a lot lately, I'll just be like, oh, hey, you know, would you mind throwing this up? And usually if you've been interacting with them for a little while, they're like, yeah, that's cool, you know, because it's such a soft, like, hey, we're friends. Will you help me out? But I noticed on my wall, if I did host to post every day, it wasn't working. So I kind of once a week will do a post to post on my wall. And then the rest is all in the background, me getting host to post out. If some people tell me no, anyone who tells me no or not no, but like not till I get paid, I say, okay, what day is that? And I stick it as a task in my phone and I follow up with them on that day. And I just think that's huge because a lot of people, like if they've told me the 15th, I'm not going to follow up with them tomorrow on the 8th. I'm going to wait till the 15th because I don't want to be begging and look desperate either. You know what I mean? So respect their boundaries, but keep working with them. And I just think the biggest thing is consistency. And I think with consistency also comes like somebody was just, oh, Emily, she's not on here anymore. But she was just asking me today. She was like, how do you know what to talk about on your lives? I don't, but I told her just talk about whatever you're excited about. I don't care if it works or not. She's getting married. She's a fiance. She's planning a wedding. She like talk about that. Throw in it works. I'm so excited to get married. I'm so excited about all this. I'm losing weight because I'm using coffee. Like she just has to throw it in there because people want something positive. They want to relate to something positive. The whole world's falling apart right now. They just want something to make them happy. And so if your Facebook can do that, they will gravitate to you. So, and now I'm off to kill it on Instagram and TikTok since I'm in Facebook jail. But I actually had the thought too that I still have all my Facebook Messenger. So I'm still going to work all of those people and I'm slowly adding them to Dan's friends. So every day I'm using Dan's account and tagging my account so that I'm still getting in front of those people. Might not be as often, but and load your stories. I can't tell you how many people reach out to me because they've been watching my story and I didn't know it. And then finally they'll say, hey, I've been watching your story. And I'm just like, oh, thank God. So that's it. I'm done.
Can I interrupt you for just a second?
Go for it.
So I did last night, I did a this or that interactive story. I don't know how many of you all saw that. I literally had like 14 people go through every single slide and comment. So that boosted my algorithm like crazy. Like I'm seeing all kinds of new people. So just a heads up, that's something y'all can do.
Yeah, I tried to do those. It's not even what they're talking about is it's not even about the business. Those slides where it's just this or that. People love to talk about themselves. That's why when you do a host to post and you say drop your birthday or your battery percentage or whatever, people love to talk about themselves. So you're going to get the max amount of like comments, which is going to like boost the post and or the stories. And so I recommend doing that. I probably do those once a week or some type of interactive thing where they have to have comments or a way to, and I think Michelle just dropped them in our chat. So go and literally or save them and do the same thing. So what I was going to say off of Teresa, that was really, really good, first of all. And second of all, the thing with DTs, and I feel like I was learning this whole past year how to teach you guys to duplicate learning, because I feel like this whole year I learned how to mass enroll DTs. I was always LC and I was always strong with LCs, so that's what I taught everybody that came in, that taught everybody else. And so this year has been a year of growth with DTs and teaching you guys how to duplicate and do all of the things. And so I think that it's only going to get better and up from here. But I also want you guys to reflect on what signed you in. Like what did you see your enroller do that was like, I want to do this too? Like what got you curious to message them or them reach out to you that made you sign up? Because here's the biggest thing. The biggest thing I realized with signing DTs is they want to feel something. So you've got to make them feel something. Whether you don't have a story yet and you go copy, we have a whole albums page of just stories of success stories. Whether you go and you take one of those and you put them on your page, people want to feel. So they want to relate and they want to feel something from you. So when you go and you go get gas, take a picture of the gas pump while you're pumping it into your car and say, my side hustle just paid for my gas. Literally the simplest thing you could do. And people relate to that because some people can't even afford to put $10 in their gas tank. So just be relatable with that. And constantly when you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to sign DTs, I don't know what to do. Think about what the person that you signed with, whether it was me or Amanda or whoever it was on this team, think of what they did that stuck out to you that brought you to them. Because if you go and you do the same thing and you make people feel, you are literally going to mass enroll DTs, or you're gonna have people coming out of the woodwork that have been watching you that you had no idea were watching you. Like I literally just signed a girl that I have not talked to since high school yesterday. Never in a million years did I think I would ever be connected with her again, but here we are and she's killing it. So you never know who's watching you. And so that was really, really good. I just wanted to touch on that because I feel like DTs, everybody's always asking, how do I get more DTs? How do I do that? Make them feel. And that's why we talk about opportunity posts on our pages all the time, because people relate. especially now in today's, don't go on your page and talk about COVID and the opportunity. That's a no-no, but you can make them feel, yeah. So last but certainly not least is Marcy. Go ahead and unmute yourself and tell us your tips.
Honestly, you guys all like just really hit everything in there. I mean, I have so many notes that I can't even read because I have awful handwriting. But I just want to say, like, for newbies, just biggest thing for newbies coming on, just understand that we've all been there. We've all, like, my first month was all me learning things. Like I would post things, I would read things. I'm doing this in between a full-time job, in between being a mom. So sometimes I would post things and I would have somebody say, hey, you know, you're not supposed to do that way. So just know that we've had those, like, oops, like I didn't know, like just understand that we've made mistakes. We've learned from our mistakes. I'm still learning from my mistakes. So it's okay to feel like that. It's okay to be unsure of what you're doing. It's okay to not understand what PBV is, what GV is. I didn't know what that was until probably my third month. And sometimes I still get confused with that. So just knowing that when you see our journey, I want to say, like, for me, where I am today, it comes from being consistent. And I know you guys have all said that. And it's just because the biggest thing about this business is being real, you know, and people are, because I'm a skeptic. That's how I met Ashley. Like I saw Ashley, you know, and I saw Teresa's stories. Like your people and how we're wired and just how the world is, we're looking for something fake, you know, we're looking for what's the catch. So the biggest thing that I can give you advice is establish your business to being real, be you. And the more that they see you, like drinking the coffee, and you don't, like I said, you don't have to, if you're not comfortable posting about personal results, you don't have to be Marcy, who was lost 43 pounds and he has a 6-pack. I don't have a 6-pack right now, y'all. I don't know how to take a picture with angles. You don't have to have that, but just be consistent, plant the seeds, be real, be understandable. Like that's how I mean, I went into this business not thinking I'd sign a single person. And I said that to both Ashley and Teresa, and I ended up signing, and I don't want to exaggerate, it's either 37 or 40 people my first month. And sometimes it's easy like that. Sometimes you sign right off the bat because people know you and they see your results. And then sometimes it's a little bit harder. They're gonna think it's sketch. So spend your time. If you don't sign anybody that month, keep planting the seeds because they're still watching you. They're still wanting to see if you're for real. If you post your first 2-3 months enjoying this business and you go into your 4th month and you only post one time that month, they're gonna be like, oh, well, I called it. You know, it's like, if you can, like I said, if you can feel like crap, but if you're consistent, they're going to know you're open for business. And that's the best thing I can give newbies, is to know that it can be frustrating. Just be consistent, be real, be you. And how I learned, like you said, I was friends with Teresa, you know, I ended up being a customer under her, and then was a distributor because I love these products. Be a product of your product, like Teresa said. You know, just keep doing you, be real. Like all these scripts are great. I have never signed a customer by copying and posting exactly what a script is said. Tweak that script to sound like something that's Marcy said, because I know Teresa and Ashley, when I send them a text message or something, or they see something, they're like, oh, I could see that Marcy would say it like that, because they know my personality. You know what I'm saying? So they know how I would say something. So why would you not send this to a customer how you would say it? So you want to send a script. So they're going to be like, oh, that's Marcy. Because I know the first time I did a hosted post, I didn't do a hosted post till probably my first 6 months in. And Ashley and Teresa are like, well, how are you signing customers not doing hosted posts? Because I wasn't comfortable doing hosted posts. But because the first hosted post I did, I had a person say, this is a Marcy, this is a fake. I'm going to block you and report you, because I sent the exact script that I was sent. But I've learned to tweak a hosted post, make it believable, make it real. You know, and that's the best thing I can say, is be relatable, be real to these people, understand if they don't have the money right away. Because I remember being there, not being able to have the money right away. I was nervous giving my credit card to somebody, even though I known Teresa for 10 years, I was still nervous giving her my credit card. Not that I thought she was going to go shopping with it, but I was still nervous, because you got to put yourself in that position. You're putting yourself in a vulnerable position, and be relatable to that, which a lot of you guys had said. on a leader's like aspect going into the just, staying consistent with your distributor, showing you that you care about them, whether like sometimes you're going to sign a distributor and they're going to be all about it and they're going to get nervous, they're going to back out, they're not like Michelle said, she didn't work her first 6 months. You're going to sign distributors that are so excited about it at first and then go into a shell. Be understanding of that. They might have something that happens in their life, something might come up, they're not ready, they thought they were ready, they might not be ready. Be relatable to that in their situation and just be there, just be supportive. That's the best thing I could have. I have some distributors that signed it and I still care about it, and I'm not going to not be her friend because she's not ready for this. She's going through some things. I just brought one of my distributors supper because I just wanted to know that I'm there for her. Be that person, be caring, be relatable and there for your distributors. And that's it. I said I don't want to talk too long. You guys have all done a great job. You guys have great things. I've learned a lot of things and I just appreciate all y'all. And this we're going great places in 2021.
I completely agree. Thank you so much. That was really good. Again, it was similar to Jules. I like to call you Jules over Julie. I don't know why. It's got a nice ring to it. It's similar to that. Just be relatable, be yourself, and the rest will follow. So I really, really love that. That was really, really awesome. I only have one short thing to add because I want whoever wants to get on that Emerald Zoom to be able to hop on, because I think that's going to be, I'm going to hop on it so I can learn and be able to teach anybody who wants to go Emerald as well more things that I already don't know or that I don't know and I need to learn and all the things. But one last thing I wanted to touch on was I'm an unorganized hot mess and I will always probably be that person. My life, I've just always not been a very organized person. There's stuff everywhere. I literally, Dre makes fun of me sometimes because I'll have bills over here and then bills in another cabinet. And I'm working this year to be more organized. So it started with my business first, and next we're going to get a filing cabinet and all of our documents are going to go in that filing cabinet. So we're making moves in this household. Trust me, we're trying over here with the organization. So if you're a hot mess like me, I know how hard it can be to stay organized, but for the longest time, you guys, I've been in this business almost 5 years in March. In 5 years, in March, it'll be 5 years. I used to do the whole thing where I would be like, okay, it's time to mass follow up and sign about 15 customers. Let's go. And I would take it and I'd go to my messenger and I would just scroll. And I'd be like, oh, there's someone I need to follow up. And I'd literally just do that. You know how many people I've let slip through the cracks through these years doing that? So many, because 1 month my messenger went from like, oh gosh, what was it? It was like October, and then all of a sudden it skipped to June, and I'm like, well, where's all those other people at? Because I know I've been talking to people for months. So I've learned that I need to be more organized. And I don't know if you guys know who Morgan Martin is, but she was on one of those boom Zooms that were at the beginning of the year and or at the end of last month. And she literally said she gets a notebook or a planner, and I've done this a million times, you guys. I've got a planner and I've never done anything with it because I just don't, whatever. What she said to me made sense. And this is why you also stay close to the fire, because you learn something and then you go with it. Like the same with me in Host a Post, it changed my business just from one Zoom, someone teaching me something. And she said, literally, she goes to her planner and she writes down the people that respond to her. So she doesn't go and write every single Host a Post that she gets out. She doesn't write everybody that posts for her. She doesn't write every single person she messaged that day. So she just goes, and anybody that responded to her that day, she writes in her planner. And that is what I've been doing. Like, this isn't as many people as I've talked to. I've talked to probably double this, triple this maybe. And these are the people that have responded. So I wrote them down. I wrote where I found them at, if they were interested in the business, a product, and what product they were interested in. And if they give me a follow-up or anything like that, then I'll write it as well. But literally, it has been a game changer. The other week, I went to go do follow-ups, and it literally went so quick, you guys. I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a game changer. Here was my week of follow-ups. The highlighted section are the people that signed up in the week that I did a follow-up. So not only am I getting intentional time and getting this done quickly, I'm seeing what my work is doing, like how many people are signing after how many people I talk to. So I highly suggest it. And what she said, if she doesn't have her planner, because obviously you're not going to have your planner with you every single place that you go, what she does is she'll screenshot the conversation, and before she goes to sleep that night, she'll write down all their screenshots into her planner. So it's not like you necessarily need to take this every single where you go, so you have it, just screenshot it, and then when you get home, you write it all down. And so that was a big, huge aha moment for me. And I just wanted to share that with you. And I just wanted to do a big thank you to everyone who hopped on tonight and everybody that shared tonight. I know we are going to have an amazing 2021. I am so excited for conference. I know there's going to be huge, huge announcements for conference that are even bigger than the ones they've already announced. And I just know that there's so many lives on this team that are going to, there's so many lives on this team that are they're just gonna go and change their life. And I'm just so excited to be a part of that and to help you guys in any way that I can. And I just want to say a special shout out to you guys for staying on the whole time and being on this Zoom, because the people that stay close to the fire are the people that blow up. And so I'm just so proud of you guys. And if we could just stay on a little bit longer, Shannon, pray for us so then we can get off and you guys can get on that Emerald Zoom if you want to learn more. If she's willing to pray for us, then we will hop off and enjoy our night. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Sorry, my camera's broken. Okay. Ready? Father God, thank you for everything that you do for us, and just thank you for this business, Lord. And I pray a special blessing over each and every person on this Zoom, Lord, that you just bless them immensely, like bless us beyond anything we could ever imagine. And just keep us safe, keep our family safe, Lord. I know that a lot of us have personal things going on, Lord, and I just pray you give us comfort and strength. And I just pray that we can continue just being strong as a team. And yeah, just keeping us safe and blessing us is really what I'm praying for. So I just hope and just thank you, Jesus. Sorry. Amen. I got totally distracted.
That was really good. Amen. And so everybody, thank you for helping on tonight. I hope you have a good night. Like I said, the Emerald Zoom, I don't know, there's 4 top leaders on there and they pop the most rubies and emeralds in the whole company. So you want to get on, and I'm guessing you're going to want to hop on right now because they will max out. So if you want to hop on that and learn how to go emerald real fast, or help your team go emerald real fast, then hop on that. I hope you guys all have a great night. Love you all. And you guys, thank you so much for sharing. Have a good night. Bye.